What's going on, everybody? Ha, I caught it this time. Okay. Today's Thursday. It means coffee with K-Pro and Cal. How's everybody doing? Uh-oh. Did I just get notified I went live? Yeah, I did. Now you're live. Well, that's weird. I never got that before. Strange.
Well,
okay.
I have to tell you, I'm having a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, what's the problem?
I am so full from cookies.
Mr. AJ Rainville.
I didn't get one cookie. I got more than one, which means two, but that doesn't matter. I got more than one. Usually I get a cookie and I leave, and it's hard because I do have to say the only reason I got an extra cookie or a cookie tonight is Sassy was on a delay. She would answer every time, but wherever she is, maybe she's boots on the ground, she would be a little bit delayed. And so I got two. And AJ always starts where the cookies don't matter. Cookies matter. I'm full. AJ, I am a riddle
AJ
queen.
in the house. AJ is in the house. AJ, I got an idea for a grand adventure. So shoot me an email. Just as soon as K-Pro said, I didn't get one cookie, I got two. So I got an idea. Send me an email. Something we can work on, like for next year or something.
Well, and the only reason it's so fun is because I suck at it so bad. Because there's there's so many, like Sassy and Holy, and there's so many people in there, and they like Ellen K. They answer it so quick.
Right.
Be like, I'm sitting there just like it's a competition. There's no question. So
riddles are fun, frustrating but fun.
Well, and it's funny sometimes because I will actually go in and I will answer something where the answer is like 4, and I will say Mars because I'm just trying to go so fast and I'm down a different rabbit hole. But it's making me think differently, and so I appreciate AJ's channel. And and don't say you guess cookies matter. AJ, cookies matter. Just cookies matter.
I was thinking of something other than cookies, but send me an email, AJ. We'll collaborate on something in the future. So, all right, what's up, everybody? So, on today's show, we just wanted to talk about Forrest Fenn in general. You know, his birthday is in 3 days, right?
22nd, which is really
2 days. Wait. Yeah, 3 days. I had it right the first time. Yeah, so Forrest Fenn's birthday is in 3 days, which is awesome. And yeah, we just wanted to see what everybody wants to talk about. Hello, Brad Jones, AJ Hooley, Jonesy, Thunderbird, Wayne Ross. What's that?
Is Jonesy one actually Jonesy? Is that Jonesy?
Yeah, Jonesy is in the house. Jonesy. Anagram says your mic's too loud.
That's just wrong. You're so mean.
So there is a video floating around that K-Pro wants to address, and I think we're going to do that at the end of the show, right?
Of course, because we respond to things. Yes, but let's talk about content first, because all the other stuff, let's just move to the end. Like
do
we
it
need to talk about Cynthia. We already talked about
Hidden Secrets app. We'll talk about all that stuff at the end.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot to talk about. But 204, and I got some scoop on 204. And of course, it's not what you're thinking. We always just have fun here. It's not like serious. No, nobody found the treasure chest. But I think 204 is directed at somebody. And of course, it was directed to me. It was directed to Mike. It was directed to so I think we need to talk about that first. Then we dive into 204. Then we dive into the big video. My phone blew up about this video.
Talk about what first? Which one first?
We talk of content here because we are the hard-hitting content show.
You're right. No, I thought you said, well, we're the only show as far as I'm concerned. I mean, are there any other YouTube shows on Forrest Fenn? Yeah. Are there really? Look at their views. Anyway, just kidding, everybody. You said talk about which one first. That's what I wasn't sure what you meant. Which one?
204.
Oh, Scrapbook 204. Okay.
Scrapbook 204.
Well, I just happen to have Once Upon a While right here, so we know that it was added, right?
And you have the revised. You know I left that there, so I don't have the revised.
So this is probably yours.
I got the right peeps.
You just have to come out here to get it back. That's all.
Aw, you're inviting me back?
That's right.
When I came and visited? That's so sweet, Michael. Okay. So
me and Dizzy Dean. That's what we want to talk about?
Yes. And Sassy, I think 204 is, I'm going to answer a question. She says, what's the deal with your obsession of 204? So here's the thing for me. I usually look at scrapbooks, and lately, maybe over the last 12 months, I'm like, oh, he's kind of talking to me here. Oh, he's kind of talking to me here. But for the most part, other than the one where he actually named me and said Kristie, Kristie, I pretty much think we all do that. But this one, of course, I went, he's talking to me. And so I started talking to some peeps today, and over the last ever since it came out, and I'm realizing we all do that. What are you doing,
Oh,
Mike?
nothing. Sorry.
Are you being John Wayne Bobbitt?
Yeah, no.
And so I thought
204. Yeah, go ahead.
it would be, and I actually think I found something that's a little bit different. And it might not be right, but you know what? Sometimes you get something, you get a rabbit hole from something that's not right as much as it is right. Oh, only the even numbered scrapbooks contain hints. That's interesting. So maybe that's why he had to put two out, because he wanted to get like the one that didn't mean anything out of the way. So he got something that meant something out of the way.
Well, you give your take on it, and then I'll give my take on it. Now, Joel says, wait, 203 or 204? What's 203? I'll look it up right now, Joel.
203 is the book review, and
Oh, his
204 is
buddies.
the huckleberry and strawberries. And Joel, hey, and Joel, am I allowed to openly communicate anything? Maybe tonight. I don't want to openly reveal secrets, but if you give me a yes, I can add you to the list of searchers I'm going to be talking about tonight. Okay, Tom Sawyer's joking. That's okay. That's odd about the even. Haha. Okay. Yeah, 204 was put out Friday on Dow's about picking berries. So, yeah, oh, he does not know. Then I didn't talk to Joel at all, ever. I've never talked to, well, that's a lot. I did not talk to Joel in the last hour at all, and he's not on my list that I'm talking about at all.
Oh, Redneck Express clarifies. It says Dizzy Dean is Scrapbook 188. Scrapbook 204 was put out Friday about the berries, the blueberries.
Oh, okay. So I think Scrapbook 204 relates to Scrapbook 188 that relates to Dizzy Dean.
Oh, it's all connected. I'll give my take on Dizzy Dean later on. Or
okay.
when you're done. Yeah, go ahead. Take it away.
Okay. So first, let's talk about 204. So West Yellowstone, as I remember. And so everybody, I'm sure, has read it. And actually, a new person over on Facebook is like, "What's a scrapbook? Can you tell me a little bit about that?" So for those of you that are new, go to Dal Neitzel's site. If you don't know that, go to Thor. They talk about it, which is hintofriches.com.
Good luck catching up. Yeah,
well, no, we're all in second place or last place. Dal Neitzel puts out scrapbooks, and these are occasional things that Forrest throws out. Nobody knows for sure if there's not. There's actually debate in the community. Most people, actually, I heard that Dale actually said that there was not a hint in any of the scrapbooks, in his opinion. So I think I don't know. I just think that's
West Yellowstone, as I remember.
Yeah. And Milan, we're just being silly. There's no, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's focus on the things that are important. Like so first, usually speaking, the picture that is provided from Dale, which I believe is the case here, and I think he already clarified that. Oh shoot!
What? You mean that's not Forrest Fenn's hand from when he was a kid?
Yeah. So if you look at that, is there a number of the berries? And lots of people go down lots of different rabbit holes.
Right. And those are blueberries. What are the red ones? Are those huckleberries? I didn't know huckleberry was a real berry. A huckleberry bush? I never heard of that before. Have you?
Huh. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm from Detroit. Okay.
You're from Detroit. Okay, so the first thing is, why do we all see something in this or in scrapbooks in general? Because I'll give you mine, I'll give you a couple of the other people, and then the one that it kind of made me stop for a second and go, that might be it. So sometimes our family would go into the countryside north of town and pick wild berries. And then he goes into the underbrush and the huckleberry bush. His dad knew what they were. Berries were great for breakfast with Wheaties. Wheaties will become important in a minute when I come back to that. So put a bookmark in Wheaties. We ate a lot of Wheaties. My mom made really great jam that was good on top of hot biscuits. Yes, I still remember. And then he goes down. Let's talk about strawberries. There were strawberry bushes too, but they were isolated. The fruit was small and it hung close to the ground, and we didn't mess with those guys. It was not unusual for the black. And then he goes into bears and about the bears and the black or the berries. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about here that I just think interesting, and then we'll actually get to the content of it. So I think I talked about this maybe a month ago. I inherited a pretty significant coin collection, and one of it is buckets and buckets of weedy pennies. And I've been trying to figure out what to do with weedy pennies. So
Is it wheat pennies or is it weedy pennies? Does anybody know the official nomenclature? Wheat pennies. I never heard of weedy pennies, but that's just me.
Well,
I never heard of huckleberries either. So
when I inherited this, I went to a lot of the coin forums, and they call them Wheaties.
Oh, they do.
So
okay. Well, I just
like the slang versus the official. So of course I'm like, oh, he's so, and Forrest may have coin collections and may have been asked about this, and so I was like, oh, that's it. And then there's a couple other things, but this is the type of confirmation bias. You look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, it's me!" I have like 5,000 Wheatie coins, and so I was like, "Wheaties, Wheaties, Wheaties." No, I don't think it was, but does it make you stop for a second? Except if you see your name, does it make you stop for a second? Someone else has been boots on the ground with their family, and they're like, "Oh, he's talking about his family. Oh, that's huge. That's huge." But I did talk to a searcher, Cynthia, and Cynthia was saying, I said, "So how does it relate to you?" Because I've talked to 5 searchers, and I've looked at the different blogs and forums, and everybody's saying why, like it's so talking directly to them. And she's like, it can't be because he was talking to me. And I said, okay, can you tell me why? And she's like, yes, just before he put this out. So show her video, or at least that 10 seconds of video.
All right, hang on, everybody. So this is from Cynthia Meacham's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
which
she's on
everybody should check out.
Everybody.
This is called Forrest Fenn Search Sunlight Creek, the movie. And for those who don't know, Jono went out there with Cynthia. And Cynthia made this video, or did somebody else make it? Do you know?
Cynthia made it with Jono's family, which is talking about the family. Mm-hmm. And then, so.
Okay, here we go. You might not be able to hear it, but they should be able to hear it. Ready? Here we go.
Despite this being so pathetic, I'm going to use Strawberry Gulch as my home of brown. But wait, I have confirmation bias to make a more compelling home of brown.
Strawberry Gulch, home of brown. Keep going, or is that all we wanted to show?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. And then you guys check it out. The name of the YouTube channel is Cynthia Meacham. This came out on just on the 18th, on yesterday. So check that out if you get a chance.
Yeah, so if you look at the sol that she actually discusses, it has sunlight, which he has the other scrapbook that has the sunlight in the bathroom, which was a deficiency, et cetera, et cetera. But she actually had sent him this. So she's like, family. I was with Jono's family, and we were out searching, and Strawberry Gulch. And it was like, she's like, it's not, and that actually was probably the most compelling of the group. But I was like, what do you mean though? What about the bears? And she's like, the bears are important. There's something to the bears part that I haven't heard a really good explanation yet. But I started looking at this, and that's when I realized everybody, or a lot of people, have something that they can look at each scrapbook, especially if you email Forrest or have any exchanges with them, and say, this is the one. Or you just send him something, and you think that he's seeing it. So I bring up the Cynthia one because Cynthia, one, said it was okay that I shared. But two, it was just interesting to me that she had just sent him this about the strawberry and Strawberry Gulch, and she said she either thinks or he said stay away from strawberries or all that.
She sent it to him before the scrapbook came out, correct? Yeah, because somebody just said her YouTube video came out after the scrapbook was out. Well, she sent this to Forrest, so he did have this prior. Just
so she'll put it private, kind of like we do on some things. We'll send something to private, make sure everything's just so. My guess, this is only a guess, she built it. She wanted Jono's okay, and so she had it a day or two before. But same thing. This is interesting stuff, huh? So out of the groups of, my Weedy Pennies and Cynthia's and some families going out. And Mike, did you see anything that said this is you?
I didn't see anything that said this is me, meaning this is directed toward me or something. But I will give you my take on it. My take is, and as we tie it into Dizzy Dean, he says the kids competed with each other. It's about when he was a kid, right? Sometimes our family would go to the countryside. Um, Dad knew where they were. Berries were great for breakfast with Wheaties. I don't know about the Wheaties, wheat penny thing.
No,
But when he
no,
says there were
no.
plenty of berries to go around, that was in the 1930s. So again, he's a kid. He was born in 1930 and early 40s. So his preteen and his teens. I never heard of anyone being hurt by a black bear up there. Meeting a grizzly was different, but it was not something we were worried about. If one ever wandered in to command the berry bushes, to me, command, halt is a military command. Parade rest is a military command as well. So I think it's interesting that he used the word command. I think he does it on purpose just to kind of mess with people a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I like reading these. And then see, we surely would have retreated at a nervous pace. Again, command, retreated, pace. It's all military jargon. The same with halt, where warm waters halt, and the same with parade rest. So
Well, you know that there's a ranch right next to Strawberry Gulch. You want to know what its name is?
what's its name?
7D, 7 and a D. Remember, he can't remember if he was 79 or 80.
And the D in knowledge, there it is. He misplaced it. It's right there.
Oh my
So
God, you broke it
I
right
guess
next
what
to
we're trying to show everybody is how the rabbit holes you can go down. But for me, that it's another scrapbook about being a kid, and I'll tie that into the Dizzy Dean thing here when we get to it.
Yeah. Well, and that was really the point that I had is I think everybody could say, oh, this one's talking to me or my solve or whatever. I think all of us do that. I do think so I'll give you my interpretation, but I do think that it just was interesting, the different aspects. And I just like strawberries the most, and the 3D. And then there's White Mountain right next to it with white and a blaze. I just thought it was cool. So everybody can think about which one is theirs, and is this something that Force is saying to them? Very cool if you think so, because it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said to me, "It's just fun to think Force is talking to you." Do I think he's talking to 100,000 different searchers individually? Of course not. But if we all think it, then it makes it fun for us, and that's what it's about: is being fun. And some think, no, it's absolutely a different searcher and their story. Okay, cool. I think it's awesome if you think that. Rabbit holes are wrong. All rabbit holes are wrong except for one. I love that.
Yeah, except for the one that's right. That's true.
Oh, that's interesting. There's other Weedy Penny hour-long videos about it. Huh, that's awesome. Okay, Jonesy's saying, doesn't I'm your Huckleberry mean I got your back? I got this covered for you, like in military slang. Ooh, that could be too.
Huckleberry in that regard, I think, can have different connotations, but yeah, it's possible. And then for me, the Dizzy Dean thing, I'm not even going to bring it up, but in the Dizzy Dean here, I have it right here in the book. What's the first thing that Dizzy Dean says?
Okay,
what?
So that's one thing.
Okay.
Let's take why I think 204 might be related to Dizzy Dean.
Oh, okay. Tied in. Okay.
He talks about Wheaties 2 different times. Who has been on the cover of the Wheaties box? Dizzy Dean. Now, other people have too, but who has Forrest talked about that is on the cover of the Wheaties box? Dizzy Dean. And that brings us to why we're looking at. So when Mike and I were talking, like, okay, this just came out. What do you think? I went through like Wheaties box cover athletes, and Dizzy Dean came up, and it was like, oh heck, there's one that we at least need to look at, because is this a nod to Dizzy Dean? Now, out of it is this person or that person or this person or that person as a searcher, or is this a nod to Dizzy Dean? I'm going to give it to Dizzy Dean and maybe just talk a little bit about Dizzy Dean and what we think. So, yes, there are many people on the Wheaties box, Bruce Jenner, many others, but Dizzy Dean, that Forrest is specifically talked about, is and has a chapter about in his book and has a scrapbook. I think the only person we could say is Dizzy Dean. And for those of you that don't know, that is the one key difference between Once Upon a Vial version 1 and version 2. There's lots of differences, but one of them is an entire scrapbook that was put in there. So what say you, Mike? Now let's get into Dizzy Dean. That's what I wanted to.
For me, for the scrapbooks, I mean, people go down a million different rabbit holes with these scrapbooks. But for me, I think it would be, if he was giving hints in the scrapbooks, they would have to be just as subtle as they are in the book. It's just my personal opinion. Yeah. But when he puts out a scrapbook about picking berries as a kid, and then like you said, hey, who was on the Wheaties box? Dizzy Dean. So you go through the scrapbook about Dizzy Dean, if I can find it. And what is it that Dizzy Dean said to him? He said, hey kid, got any cold beer around here? So to me, when he was a kid, Dizzy Dean says, hey kid. To me, that's a subtle hint that in the Thrill of the Chase, when he was a kid, is where the hints are. Meaning marbles in class, or the old biddies chapter, or the ball of string that mysteriously disappeared. Those could be where the hints are, not the war for me, which everybody thinks when he was in the military. To me, if he's doing scrapbooks about when he was a kid, maybe that's a subtle nod to us to say, pay attention to when I talked about when I was a kid in the memoir. What do you think?
I like that because I do think that I especially think that some of the things he says, it's really obvious, and he said subtle. So I like what you said there. I took it totally different. I haven't read Dizzy Dean in a while, at least a few months longer, and so I took it totally different.
Right, of course, and everybody takes it totally different.
Yeah. So I am actually taking the personal note. I don't have my revised edition. Mike has it, and so. Does it have the personal note in there at the bottom of the book?
Yeah, where he says about the commas and all that?
Yeah.
Yes,
so
it is.
He's criticized for the way he writes and uses words, and then he talks about tenses and commas. Does punctuation matter? I think this might be a nod back to the discussion that we were having with Flipside last year and Sean of does punctuation matter or not? And I think whether it's one way or another, I think he talks about commas there, but there's a lot of other punctuation and different things and different aberrations. I think, is he saying, look back at that? I think it's a shot. I think this scrapbook, if I were to guess, if I were to say anybody, even though Cynthia was the front runner, lead dog, I think this might be a nod back to let's either look back or stop focusing on. But we focused on it, on the punctuation and all of the aberrations. But we focused on them like 6 months ago, but we haven't focused on them lately as a discussion. Is that what he's saying? Start focusing on that again. That's the piece that I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
So some people are pointing out, but he wasn't a kid when the Dizzy Dean experience happened. It says right here in 1955, he was at the Texas Open Golf Tournament. In 55, Forrest Fenn was 25, but his age doesn't matter. What matters is that Dizzy Dean says, hey kid, got any cold beer around here? The word kid. In other words, when Forrest puts out scrapbooks about when I was a kid, my family used to pick berries, Dizzy Dean said, hey kid, it's not physical age, it's stories from when he was a kid, to me. So to me, when we go through Thrill of the Chase, which I'm assuming on Monday we're going to start back up with chapter 1, I like to focus on the ones where he talks about when he was a kid in, Mrs. Ford's class, the Spanish class, and all those kind of things. So that's all. And then again, if he was a kid when he found his special place, we don't know that, but wouldn't it make sense that in the memoir, the hints would be about when he was a kid as well? Gypsy magic with the wagons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
just a theory. That's all.
Yeah. And that's the piece for me. It's all of these are just guesses. I'm not anchored in any one of them. Of course, we all say, yes, this is the one. I mean, Cynthia's, you kind of go, wow, I didn't know about the Jason one. If that Jason one time aligns, that would be ooh, that's kind of cool. And mine with thousands of Wheaties, that could be kind of cool. I mean, these are all kind of cool. And so but it's like, let's get through. Let's see the elephant through the ants kind of thing. What are we all seeing? But and there's coincidentally 9 commas in the poem. I did not know this. There's 9 commas in the poem.
Really? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Why is there 9? Because that's all he wanted in there. So, but I do have to say,
right.
When you have this other thing that has the D, I didn't even catch on that 7D, 79. Why does he say that? Oh, it starts to, yeah.
But so, I don't know if in a scrapbook he would use a word that's actually one of the clues of the 9 clues out there in the Rocky Mountains. So in other words, if he uses a scrapbook about strawberries and, I'm at Strawberry Gulch, I don't know if he would make it that obvious to actually use a word that's, where the Homer Brown is or where Warm Waters Halt. To me, I think it's more subtle, but...
Yeah, but going into year 10, I wonder if he could say the exact solve. And I wonder if we would all say, no, that means my area because, and like twist all the words. Like how many of you looked at either of these scrapbooks, 2 or 3 or 2 or 4, and said, this confirms my area? I have talked to quite a few searchers who said exactly that. Oh, another scrapbook that confirms my area. And that is like, that's what I want to try to stay away from if I can, is focusing just on what's the, like, I could say Wheaties. I could say, but it's more realistic to say Wheaties as in like the Wheaties box and, or Strawberry Gulch or, you know, those sorts of things than me something specific. But again, just my opinion. This is just some thoughts that I had. So
Everybody's got their own, and I guess that's why this is so hard. Is nobody knows if they're right. Everybody thinks they're right, but nobody can know for sure they're on the right track. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything else in 204? I do think I did get a call from another searcher that said, did you know that Dale, and I think I mentioned this a little earlier, Dale has actually said he doesn't believe there's any hints in the scrapbooks, and he posts them. So
in any of the scrapbooks?
Any of the scrapbooks.
Okay.
What do you think, Mike? I was surprised by that.
When he puts out a scrapbook about, my friend wrote a book or my friend passed away and here's a little story, I don't think there's hints in any of those. Those are just real life things he wants to communicate to people. But when he puts out, a picture of his hat floating, it's been photoshopped and it's floating above his head, and that one with the pen and the $5, I mean, that is weird. That's weird stuff. Like, why is that in a scrapbook? When you see it and it's like, what is he talking? What is that all about? When it just doesn't seem to make any sense. He's trying to say something. I'm just not sure what it is.
Well, except for some people were saying the one that Nelica put. He said, my good friend Nelica is doing this Canadian treasure hunt.
Right.
And people were like trying to anagram Nelica.
Nelica's a real person, and there was a real treasure hunt in Canada. Yeah.
Right, but if you didn't know that, you might.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. So it's all context. Once you know the backstory, you're like, oh, that's why he did that. So yeah, that's right. So.
Well, and like Tom Sawyer says, do you think Wheaties is paying him to advertise? No, I do not. Why didn't he just say cereal? I think it tells a better story. When you say something more specific, it gives when you tell a story, you want somebody to put that picture in their mind. So when you say something like Wheaties, somebody might make a different picture in their mind. So
or
that's why Wheaties might be a hint.
Maybe it means Forrest Fenn is going to be on the cover of the Wheaties box here pretty soon. There you go. I think we broke the case wide open, Encyclopedia Brown.
Okay, so Joel Lewicki
Go
says
home and play Chase-opoly.
About the lead searcher who's looking with their family and the father is on the right track. We usually had to drive off the road. The dad knew where they were. Joel, do you know where your family is? Where you're going? Is this confirmation bias? But I'm not biased and I do not have any confirmation bias. He already put that before I said anything. Okay. And if that's yours and if that helps you, that's the one cool thing is when somebody was saying it's kind of like back in the day, like 20 years ago, they were Backstreet Boys fan. I'm not huge into music.
Backstreet Boys, yeah.
Wrote them, this is a female searcher, and said, I wrote them and they sent me back like a signed autograph picture. And she said it could have been paved in gold. It was so awesome. Like they wrote this to me. Now, did they just sit there and sign 1,000 of them? That's not how they felt when that happened.
Right.
I think 204 was the first time, even though I have had one written specifically about me and there's no question. I think 204 hit me. Some of these details might be put in so everybody goes down their rabbit holes and gets excited about the chase again. And I think it's getting some people that were like, this is the time of year people are walking away or they're disappointed. And now they're right back in it because this scrapbook or one of these scrapbooks have said, oh, this is for you. This is for you to continue on. You're either close or you have an idea or I'm talking to you. And if that works, for, let's say, 10,000 people, then that's the way the hunt continues to grow.
Nice, AJ. Real nice. So John Laurel wants to know about Parade Rest Guest Ranch, if you can answer any of this, Capro. What do you know about this place? Is it possible that Fenn flew to Yellowstone Airport and then went there to hide the box? Well, is that possible? I mean, I guess it's possible. But do you know anything
I was going
about that?
For, a different reason. I was going on this trip. And I couldn't find my passport, and I had to go to every single box that in my house, and I called Mike crying, saying, we're not going. But the reason that I bring that up is I found all my previous notes and I found the brochure and all of my notes to the Paradise Ranch. And I thought I left it out. It's probably gone by now.
Only had somebody to organize things over there.
I know. I keep all this stuff to. Maybe I should just pack it all up and take it.
Right. And move to Beverly, like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Well, and so yes, I will say. Let me go back to Paradise Rest Guest Ranch. What do I know about this place? I've been there. I have heard that Forrest stayed there with Peggy. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. There were documents looked at. Nothing confirmed. I did talk to one of the ranch hands in the back, and he confirms. He's like, "Yeah, that guy stayed here," but he might be saying that at any time. He thought it was late 2009 or 10. I need to find my notes when I found all of it, but I actually got the brochure, the person that I got the number of the ranch hand, because I was like, can I ever come back and have a discussion and all of that. I asked him questions like, did he rent a horse? Because you don't actually have to rent there. It's kind of an all-inclusive thing. And which place that they have, he didn't know which place, but he's like, everybody gets on the horses, that sort of thing. So yeah. So I'm spot on about something, Don Davidson said. Well, I'm glad I do that once a year. I'm glad that's over with. Oh, nut, honey. Thanks.
Yeah, did you see that? So Joel's spreading rumors. Joel says, me, Forrest, where's the chest? Forrest, West Yellowstone, as I remember. You trying to say he actually told you that, Joel?
Joel, we all know that Joel's a kidder. And what chest? Is it his?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we know Joel.
Zozo Rocks, the topic is whatever you want to make it. Forrest Fenn related, whatever you want to make it. We just thought we'd have some in general. We talked about 2 scrapbooks so far, and how everybody thinks it relates to them, which is, I think, normal for people to do. And are there hints in any of the scrapbooks?
Well, and digital treasure maps, I think, hits exactly the question that you're bringing up, Mike. He or she asked, would Forrest Fenn name the search area in his scrapbook? So like Mike said, he believes that's too subtle, but things like I was a kid, we need to think about when he was a kid then, and where does he talk about when he was a kid in that general area? Do I think he is specifically named WWWH anywhere in any scrapbook or book? No. But do I think he's had a bunch of subtle hits to it? Absolutely. I think he thinks he's being obvious. Now that we've done some hunts, there's aspects that I think are so obvious that they're not, and vice versa. What do you think, Mike? Do you think that what digital treasure hunter said?
Yeah, I don't think he'd have to be pretty brazen to just name it. And the other thing, what if somebody has the book and the poem, but they don't know about Dale's website? They haven't seen the scrapbooks. Is that unfair for him to put something out that, oh, look, if I would have saw the scrapbook, I would have figured it out. But because I didn't, I don't think he'd do that. I think it's in the poem.
Know about the internet and Dal Neitzel's. And here's one that I like, because everybody's talking about this lead searcher, and Milan says Fenn seems angry with lead searcher because lead searcher is too dense to close escrow. That's a bullshit. Yes, because a lot of people are saying each one of these messages are for the lead searcher. What do you say about that, Mike? Especially for the new people coming in.
We know that there is a searcher that's been physically closest to the chest. Forrest has only talked about the one way at the beginning. I mean, when you say the lead searcher, unless you think that from emails, Forrest knows who's the closest. He's just never telling anybody. And he doesn't understand why this person can't find it. If this person's so close, why has he not found it? I don't know. So let's say that scenario is true. Forrest gets 100 emails a day, and he says he scans them for certain keywords to let him know that somebody's in the area, and then those are the ones he reads. If that's true, and somebody is in the area, would Forrest put something in a scrapbook to help or hinder that person? Would that be fair if that actually went down that way?
Well, I don't think they know it. So why don't we take a step back and say, who is the lead searcher in your mind? So let me give you 2 scenarios. Is the lead searcher somebody that was 200 feet 5 years ago and has quit the search?
Right.
Or the person that is currently actively searching that has solved the most and is the closest? Let's say they're 201 feet. And we could change the 50 feet versus 100 feet. Which one is the lead searcher in your mind? Let's ask the room. A, is the lead searcher the person that has been the closest but is no longer a searcher? Or B, the person that is currently actively searching and is the closest? A or B?
Well,
okay, currently actively searching.
It depends. If you mean as far as Forrest is concerned, it's the guy in the beginning, because that's all Forrest has talked about. If you're talking about a conversation we have between searchers, I think searchers mean whoever's been physically the closest. And there's about 200 people that think they're the lead searcher.
Well, we have a split house. Some people are saying A,
Right.
some people B.
But it depends what the discussion is. If we're talking Forrest Fenn, I think when he
So what
talks
we can
about it,
is put out this scrapbook, like Milana said, to put out this scrapbook to tell the lead searcher, I'm frustrated with you. You're saying it's the person back from 5 years ago.
no, okay. If you put it that way, no, I believe it would be whoever's emailed them that's the actual closest. That Forrest will never say who it is, but yeah, I believe then it would be that person.
So some people are saying one or the other, and then some people are saying there's no lead anything.
Right,
like
right.
James says. So there's no lead searcher because we're all. It's kind of like second place is no place. Like
Right.
all you could be 5 feet away from it or 5 states away from it. And searching in Texas, it doesn't matter because you don't have it. That's
Right.
a whole nother one that I think is interesting is how many people, and many people have done this, and I've done this. You go on boots on the ground, you take a ton of pictures, you don't notice something until you're back home,
Mhm.
and like, I'll go one more time, and that's it. And like I have searchers saying now, I'm going one more time, and then I'm just going to share my solve, and we can all get it together because I have the right one. I'm just missing a tiny little something.
And little do they know they're in the wrong state. I mean, that's possible, right? Yeah, that's the crazy part.
What would you rather? Would you rather the treasure chest when it's found? Would you rather know that it's in nowhere, New Mexico, than you would have ever searched, or it's at Medicine Wheel up in Montana?
I would want to be close. I would want to be like, I knew it. I knew I had part of the clues right. I knew I was in the right area. I knew I was just, that's just me. I mean,
I knew it was by the wheel. Why didn't everybody listen?
Right.
Okay.
I would want to know that I was kind of close. I mean, yeah, it would hurt that I was so close and missed it and somebody else got it. But I would rather it be that than, I just took 8 trips to New Mexico and it's up in Montana. I would want to be at least be relatively close. That's me, though.
How can you be the lead searcher when you've been out more than 100 times? Isn't it the smarter you save money until 99% sure you know? Timothy Alcrane. So Timothy had just said that, and that's a debate. Some people say here's another debate. So there's one debate that you go 100 times into your same spot that shows your dedication and that you're really dedicated to your solve. Some people jump around constantly and they've been out hundreds of times in different locations because the poem is general. So, and that shows dedication that you're willing to, like Cynthia went from New Mexico. Some people gave her heck about going up north and wherever she is up north, Wyoming, Montana. I think we kind of know, but I don't know. Is she a better searcher or worse searcher? Like you said, how are people, they're not catching up if they don't know about the scrapbooks. Do we think if this lasts 1,000 years, does it matter if somebody joined in year 8 or year 9? Well, they're going to be dead by then, but you know what I mean?
No, I don't think. I think it's going to take one person to just, that light bulb's going to go off and they read the poem a certain way, which is differently than we're all reading it. Either the poem's not literal, which he says simplify, so I think it is, but there's going to be something that clicks and it's like, oh, it was right there the whole time. You can walk right to it.
Like he said, people are going to go,
yeah, he said people will be surprised when it's found. The other thing is that question was, or is it smarter to save money until you're 99% sure? Well, I think it takes people many boots on the ground to realize they're 99% sure that they're in the right area. In other words, your first boots on the ground, you're kind of like, yeah, this could be it. And then you go back a couple times, and then it's, oh, yeah, I really think this is it. You're not that sure until you've gone boots on the ground a couple times.
Well, you've gone, the one hunt that you did that you went multiple boots on the ground, you went like 5 times to the same area. And I think you hit what we all hit, but you can't understand that until you've been there. You can have a spot that you think on Google Maps looks like the spot. But once you get there, you're like, holy hell,
Right.
I could search this for a year and many of us fly in and we search for a couple days and then we think, were we one step away, one hidey hole away?
Right.
And that's what happened to you. It was,
which I literally was right there next to it.
Right past it.
Right.
That's hilarious.
But at least there was confirmers in that one where I knew I was in the right general location. This one, we can be in the wrong state and not know it until it's found. So
that's the biggest frustration. And yeah, and Milan says locals definitely have an advantage. They can go out. I know several locals in their areas, and they could go out every day. That's why Cynthia said, if I thought it could be in New Mexico, I get to go out every day.
Right.
So now, I mean, she's able to go out. She's still retired, so she's able to go out more often. But yeah, so, and Anagram said it took me 10 trips to find clue 3. That's where there is full dedication. But I have to say, just as much as that being dedicated, I think when I finally on my Nez Perce Trail solve, which was my baby, when I finally shared it, I finally wanted to share it because I'm like, I feel there's something wrong, but I feel it's perfect. And I shared it with Follow Me Down and Cynthia, and they were both like, it's okay. But I thought they were going to run to it. One of them to the area. Cynthia, I thought was going to be in her truck by the time I talked to her the next day. And no, they were like, it's okay, but here's the issue. And it was like,
Right.
wah, wah, wah. So,
Everybody's wrong until the one person is right.
well, let me ask this question to the room. If you shared your solve and every single detail of it, for those of you that have a confirmed solve, do you think people would go running to your spot? Like, it is it. Oh my gosh, this is it. Yes or no?
If people would go running to the spot, if what? If you shared the solve?
If you shared your solve.
Oh yeah. Well, of course. That's the funny part. People think that about their own solve, but I think the majority of people who look at your solve are going to go, "That doesn't make any sense," because that happens. We have people email us their solves all the time, and we're sitting there going, "I don't see it," and they think it has to be it 100%.
So we have a split house, yeses and nos. How many times, Mike, has someone sent us something and 3D bonds? People will be, hold on, earmark that for a second. People will be surprised when they find out where it is, quote, makes me think it is near or very popular search location. What do you think? I 100% agree with you. 100%. One, because we know it's within, I think, a half mile of where you park. People keep arriving there. Why does he say arriving? I think they're arriving to a particular, very popular search location, like I don't think it's Old Faithful, but something like it. And there's a ton of other confirmers, which mean nothing because it's not actual confirmers in this hunt. But 3D Bronze, thank you for the super chat, but I 100% agree with you. What do you think, Mike?
3D Bronze. The people will be surprised when they find out where it is. Quote, makes me think it is in or near a very popular search location. What do you think? Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. When Forrest says people will be surprised where it is, I think it's somewhere where it was like, oh, it was right over there. Like everybody travels this all the time. And you say, well, then how could he have hidden it, when he did? Well, maybe he just waited till nobody happened to be around. But yeah, I think that's true. And thank you for the super chat. And 3D Bronze, I did email you back, so check your email. I emailed you back earlier today.
Tom Sawyer says, Forrest Fenn could post a solve on Reddit. People wouldn't go to it. I think you're exactly right.
I agree with that too, yep.
Rocky Top Wrangler, it takes finding the box to know you're in the right area. Exactly. So I'm fine with people being confident about their solve, but when they hound other people and say you're wrong because of this or that, you got nothing. Forrest is the only one that got anything. Rudy says, I posted a diagram of my solve on Thor and no one was really interested. That's the thing. I even, Nez Perce, Cynthia actually said, there's a lot of personalized or specialized knowledge there because I had pulled every scrapbook and every little rabbit hole in the book. It is amazing how many things you can make confirm to your spot if you really want to. And Nez Perce, Luther Clark, I mean, come on. There's so much. And
look at
it. And yeah.
Look at all the books there are on the solve or the clues as interpreted by so-and-so. On eBay, there's got to be 10 books that are out, or PDFs, electronic books, about the Forrest Fenn Treasure and the so-called clues you need to know and how they figured everything out. And I bet if we were to review those, we would just be like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's I don't know. It's
that's
hard.
what I was going to say. So some people send us, and this was before I even knew Mike, people would send me their solve, and I would kind of read it for a little bit, and then it was something really didn't make sense to me or just didn't align with me. I actually wouldn't read the rest. I would just answer back, maybe, but it doesn't actually fit. And later, like half of those times, they're like, you're out searching at my location. And I was thinking,
yeah.
Which location was that? No offense to them.
Right.
So if people realized how little other people really focus on their solves, I think we could really collaborate more. But again, I've also jumped locations when I heard a really good solve. And now I'm back looking for the location up north where it is, Michael.
Montana, the treasure state. It's obviously there. All right, everybody. We're at the 15-minute mark to the end. So what do
Okay.
we want to do? We can take questions from the room if anybody's got
Yeah,
questions.
we'll take questions and we'll talk about that video everybody wants to talk about. We'll talk about Chase-opoly just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the one hunt that we have going on out there. So those are the three. So let's take
the
questions.
proxy item. Yeah. Publish solves. Go back to the start. Do not pass go. Yep. Location. Not near a human trail. I mean, that stuff's good. The things that Forrest has said, hints about the location and all that. That's good stuff. But I think a lot of people ignore it.
Yeah, this is one that I'm really confused by, and Tom Sawyer says it. I've seen many people won't even say what state they're searching in, and a lot of them say because that'll reveal everything. No,
right. It really won't.
It really won't.
I can't tell you where warm waters halt because you'll just run right out there. No, we really won't.
Well, unless you say it's like New York or something, and then we'll all think you're crazy anyway. No, that does nothing for. If you say Colorado, that is informational because we know what general area you're in, and I think I could kind of bucket some people into, if you think it's in New Mexico, obviously you think it's later in life, then that means it's more likely to be something post-war that he would blah 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 blah. I can make some generalities, but other than that, no, it does nothing. And so I do think it's funny when they're like, but it would give away my entire solve. If your entire solve is a state, you don't have an entire solve yet, in my opinion.
Joel says, you want to be included in the correct solve reveal, like with breakfast, tea, and bourbon. Of course. I would love for the person who finds it to come on and talk about it, even if they don't want to give specifics because they're going to have a book or something. Just come on and generally talk about it. Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
because I talked
give me a minute.
Earlier, and Jonah's there. There's a few other searchers there. And so.
Okay, it'll be coming your way in a minute, Toby.
Okay, awesome. And Cynthia's ears must have been burning. So everybody needs to go. And actually, it was Jono's family. And Jono is our friend from over the pond or through the pond or whatever they say. He's from the UK and his family is here and he's with his kids. And so this will be in her.
And Cynthia's video that we showed a little clip from is Jono and his family with Cynthia searching.
And
so
yeah, for sure. They actually limbo under the tree, which is awesome. Czar, I will be in charge of your book. I have books. I in my professional setting. I so could do the PR. It'll so be awesome. So anyway.
Yeah, I sent it, Toby. I sent you the invite.
You guys know where Forrest was in late August, September 2009. Was that during the time frame of Paradise Ranch or another trip? In my opinion, sassafras. I believe he was at Paradise Ranch in October. I also believe he hit every search state to make sure that nobody could, he thought of everything when it comes to this. I think he backtracked when it came to visiting every search state. And I think he had particular people meet him and run into him during every one of those visits. And we know that he was also at Cody in that time frame. It was either late 2009 or early 2010. I think it was late 2009. He was in Cody. So I want you to know that that is also, it doesn't get us there because people were looking up lots of different things, flight time information, rental car information. Vicky asked me to Mike, how close do you think Marvel Gaze is to the chest?
If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to see Spiteri scant with Marvel Gaze.
He already thinks it's over.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you think Marvel Gaze is a landmark, is like a geographic landmark, is a location. I think it's in the same sentence, so I think it's related to the blaze. So I think it's
Toby
right there. What's that?
Toby doesn't have the invite yet.
I sent it to him. A gypsy's kiss.
And again. Oh, you don't have the super secret email to Toby and Forrest?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Toby and Forrest. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. We could do. I'm sure. You know what?
Here, I'll send it to both. I'll send it to both emails.
Oh, if Toby's having a party, I bet you Forrest is there.
That'd be something if Forrest is there.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, this is a good question that Don Davidson asked, and I've had a couple people ask me, why is 32 missing? Those of you that were back in that day, why is Scrapbook 32 missing?
Yeah, right. That is missing. Yeah, it was skipped. Did Dale ever give an explanation for that? I don't know. Dale should come on our marathon, which we're also going to talk about the date for the marathon, and should let us should explain that. Why was Scrapbook 32 skipped?
Marathon. Yep, we got to
Yeah.
talk about marathon. But let me go back to Vicky's question. I actually have had solves that span states and span entire areas. Some of them out. Oh, hold on.
There he is.
Oh, there is Toby. Just,
Oh, sounds like a full house. Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you, Toby.
Hang on.
Okay.
So I see you guys. Can you see me?
Yes. Yeah, we can see you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm going to turn the camera around.
Okay.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, kid fight.
Do this.
Searcher party at Toby's house.
We got, hang on. So I'm going to turn the camera around, okay?
Mm-hmm.
just show us the treasure chest, Toby. Show us the treasure
Toby's new house from all that YouTube money.
I know.
Hey,
Can you see
everybody.
these guys?
Yeah, we can see him. Hey, everybody. How you doing? All right, go around and introduce everybody.
All right, who's that?
Oh, they can see us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Jen.
we know Shelly.
Here's Chrissy.
Cynthia.
You owe me.
My
You
favorite.
owe me.
I do. Yeah.
Jono, how you doing?
Jonah Jones. And this is his wife, Tamsin.
Hey, nice to meet you.
This is my friend, Sean Scott, who's not a searcher, but he's an
What?
old friend.
Okay.
You know, Patricia.
Hello.
Patricia Marin. You know, Michael.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Hang on, let me see who else is outside. Who's left? Okay. Say hi, you guys. So this is
there's-
Paul.
Yeah.
This is Patricia's
Hey, everybody.
Husband. Hi. You know Jason.
Hey, Jason.
And you know Kevin.
Yep. Hey, everybody.
Shelly's husband.
Yeah,
And that's Amanda, my granddaughter.
Cool.
But I got to show you something really important.
The chest, the treasure chest.
Nice spread.
Patricia made me a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Ah.
How nice is that?
That's cool.
So yeah, we know you guys are doing a content-based show, so we're not going to bug it. But I
Oh,
thought
well-
you'd like to see
Yeah,
all the
no.
folks that are here tonight.
Toby, are you able to hear me? Can I say one thing to you from the room?
Hang on, let me go in my control room here.
Okay, but you have to say
Okay.
it to the whole room. We wanted
right.
you to know. Here's something from the room. Rios de los Pinos.
Wait,
And you got a drink. Isn't that the drinking game?
Shelly,
Ah.
Shelly, where'd she go? Oh, she went outside. We have kids. Everybody brought kids. We got kids right here. Where did Shelly go?
Don't make them drink.
I think the next Femboree could be at Toby's house next year.
I think we should too. Somebody in
Hey.
the room said Rio de los Pinos.
Got
Rio de los Pinos.
Everybody's got a drink. I think we do need to do a drinking game for the next marathon. That might be it.
Mike.
So, all right. Thanks for zooming us in. I just thought you'd like to see all the folks. Let me put her to around so you can see. This is my kitchen.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm gonna
Hi,
finish
Michael.
I think Michael's been in the U.S. more than he's been in Japan this year.
Yeah, recently this year.
Yeah, all right. I think
All
he's
right.
getting close, or he thinks he's getting close anyway.
So let me just close this off. So I just wanted to say thank you for zooming us in, and hi to all the folks. We're taking lots of pictures, so we'll have pictures on our show on Wednesday night. But thanks for zooming us in. We'd like seeing you guys, and they wanted to do it too. So
Yeah, awesome. It's always great to see searchers. So everybody tune into AGK on Wednesday, and I'm sure there'll be some
And get-
pictures from the party.
get all the photos. Yeah, the party.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
All
Thanks,
right, guys.
Toby. All right.
Thank you.
So that was cool. It's good to see everybody.
Oh, I want Jono and Cynthia as you're sitting there, and I need to be a fly on that wall.
You know, they're
Wow.
talking about you too. So
No, they're
that
First location. Oh,
looking at that party, it reminds me that Forrest's birthday is on Thursday. I mean, is anybody like doing anything for his birthday or?
I think
don't
every
think-
year everybody's supposed to plant a tree, but I don't know if I haven't
Oh.
seen all out this year. So.
I mean, does he like go to the Blue Corn? Is there anything like there's not like a searcher meeting, but I mean, does he? I wonder if he does anything for his birthday.
Yeah, I think the searchers. There's a lot of searchers that meet up that day, but I
Yeah,
think Forrest.
that'd be pretty cool.
That's yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We should do something on Thursday's show, but I just don't know what for Forrest's birthday, in honor of Forrest's birthday. But I
And
don't know what.
I think Anagram said this last time. Let's send a strippergram to his house.
Ah, nice.
It's not Vegas. I don't know what the strippergrams would look like in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Bobby Roberts, you should come on the show and talk about yourself. Talk about yourself without actually giving it away, but come on the show and talk about it. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things. Tony Brucey asked, why do I keep saying Paradise rather than Parade Ranch? Is that a hint or any issue? I say it wrong. I say people have asked me that. I put it in my mind the wrong way at the beginning. I can't it's like the backwards bicycle. I can't undo it. I'm sorry. I meant Parade Ranch. Parade Ranch. Parade Ranch. So
anybody has any ideas on what we could do on Thursday in honor of Forrest Fenn's birthday, shoot K-Pro an email.
Yeah.
Or shoot me an email. Yeah, we could do maybe trivia or something fun. I don't know. Maybe we give away something. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll have some fun. So let's transition to, we talked about 204. We talked about Dizzy Dean. We talked about a few others and confirmation bias. And we've all figured out, some people think it's absolutely Jason. No, it's absolutely Cynthia. No, it's absolutely Joe. No.
Nice one, Davio. Davio said, how about we leave Forrest alone for one day on his birthday? That's pretty good, actually.
That's probably the best idea. I have a feeling, though, that's not going to happen. So the things that, so let's talk a little bit about the odds and ends. Oh, see what I did? Odds and ends. I got down. So let's first talk about the hunt that we have going on and AJ's hint today.
And this is for coin 35. I'm pretty sure I got that right. 2019 Searcher coin 35. There is a proxy item out there. The clues were given in a video about 2 or 3 weeks ago, probably more like 3 weeks ago at this point. I did email it out to everybody on the email list, and AJ Rainville on his Priddle Mondays webcast, YouTube video on Mondays, gave out a hint. So check it out.
May have given out a hint.
I think we just tell everybody he did give out a hint. So you never know. There may have been something else stated in the chat. But here, let's show his video real quick. I'm not actually going to play it, but this is AJ Rainville is the YouTube channel. And every Monday he goes live at an hour before we do. And for this latest video that was just before we went live, there is a clue that will help you with the proxy item. Yeah, I say we just keep giving clues every week until somebody finds it. But yeah.
Well, he didn't say it was our hunt, but he was like, the tuber with Forrest Fenn.
Yeah.
After me. And he was very coy, but I think everybody caught it. So go and see it. And there might have been some people in the chat that we won't confirm or deny if somebody is close with what they said. And she may be saying it again right here and now.
Sassy says she gave the answer away.
I'm not saying whether it's
and how would AJ Rainville know about the proxy item? Interesting.
No.
Anyway.
Sassy's only solved a bunch of other hunts and is like famous multi-quadrillionaire on treasure hunting. I don't know.
And then once this one is found, me and K-Pro are going to decide what we're going to do with, coin 34 down to whatever. We're going to maybe come up with something different. We like the idea of the mini treasure hunts, and we've given away a bunch of them. I think we've given away 12 or 15 or so. But, yeah, we might come up with something different. But that leads us into Chase-opoly because 3 of those numbered coins in honor of Forrest Fenn's birthday, number 8, number 22, and number 30, are going to be given away randomly. We're going to pick 3 people that pre-order Chase-opoly. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have to figure out how we're going to give that away, but we have time because it's going to be a little while before the games come in.
Well, and the things that I've been consistently being asked is when are you going to actually have a prototype that we can see? I don't want to order quite yet until I see it. We're going to have it almost complete. We can actually get a prototype early that's made in the States very quickly. It costs a lot.
Hopefully in a month. Hopefully we'll have that prototype in like a month, we hope.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to see it. And we'll do some interactions with our kids and stuff. That'll be fun to do. And then we're hoping to have the whole kit caboodle hopefully by November, but we can't guarantee it because of trade situations and customs and how all that works. Because it's coming on a huge pallet. So we won't know all of that exactly, but we will keep you up to date every day. And then that's when we move from once, but we should have the prototype before the pre-orders is complete. So if you want a silver searcher coin, we still have a few left. I want to say, what, 30 or so?
Yeah, 30 to 40, I think. But remember, all the non-numbered coins we're giving away for free with anybody who pre-orders Chase-opoly, if you didn't know. And we've only got about 30 left. And once those are gone, that's it. There will be no more made of the 2019 searcher coin. Those are done.
Right.
And Eric, yes, there could be a discount for schools, but it depends how many you order. So shoot me an email. Maybe we can work something out. We do have a wholesale price, which I thought was $35 a game, plus or maybe 25 a game. I don't know. In the video of that we made about Chase-opoly, if somebody wanted to order like 20 or more, to sell them, we definitely can do a discount. So,
yeah. So what we did, some people said they didn't want to sit through the hour and a half, which got deleted anyway because we were making.
Yeah. Oops.
We did a 3-minute video, but we did a lot of them. I can't believe how many times I've flubbed, and I've done radio work before, and I flubbed again and again and again, and I flubbed in that video. And we finally just said that one, but Mike had deleted so many of the others. He accidentally deleted the 9-minute video on it. So the 3-minute video is there, and it also gives the bulk discount. So if you're a wholesaler, if you want more than one, all of that, then.
Surprisingly, a number of people have reached out to say check is in the mail. So I have not checked my UPS box yet. So I will tomorrow for sure. I'll go check it. And if you send a check, as soon as I cash it, then you're in for the pre-order. Your game's reserved, and you will get the non-numbered coin and all that fun stuff. So if you haven't ordered Chase-opoly, go order one. Yeah.
Sassy, I'm not ignoring you because we're going to go into the marathon. We have that on the list. But Tony Russi says, why isn't WWWH OHO in West Yellowstone National Park? Because Forrest has not said that. And we didn't want to pick any like it's New Mexico or it's Colorado or it's.
Well, wait, what's his question? I don't understand. Why isn't
I took it from Chase-opoly. Like, why didn't we just say?
I thought he was just asking why isn't that where Warm Waters Halt? To me, it's too obvious. To me, that's why it's not, because it's way too obvious. But just me.
Okay, so Joel is saying he's going boots on the ground this weekend. Be sure to be supportive when he is heartbroken and don't find it. Yes, just don't go mean, and I couldn't even possibly see it, but don't get too bitter on your way back and say it's not there and it's a hoax and Forrest is an evil human.
Joel, when you get back, if you put your Crocs on eBay, I will place a bid for sure.
99 cents or not.
That's right.
Okay.
Marathon.
So let's talk about Hidden Secrets app, then Marathon.
Hidden Secrets app, yeah.
Let's talk about the video last.
That's right. We got to get to the video. Okay. Yeah.
So the Hidden Secrets app. So those of you that don't know, you can go to Hidden Secrets, the Prelude, in your Apple store or your Google store.
Right.
There's a treasure hunt out there, and what they do is it's kind of like Pokemon Go, that you go to locations, but you have to solve puzzles, and you solve one piece each day, and then it started on Monday, and then on Saturday at noon, if you figure out what their overall it's like a bigger hunt is, you win $1,000.
Yeah.
And they're testing it right now, and the next one is $100,000. So I can tell you, we have been a part of the and he's on an Android and I'm on an Apple, and so or an iPhone. There's been lots of little bugs, but they responded within 10 seconds, and they've been so helpful and so great. I think it's been awesome.
And on the way home, I had the app open, getting some of the pieces. So I've gathered all the pieces for page number 3. I just haven't solved the puzzle to get page number 3 yet. So, and if you're thinking, well, it started, Saturday and it's too late. No, you could even download this app on Friday, do all the puzzles, spend an hour and a half getting all the puzzles, and be ready for Saturday. Saturday at noon Pacific is when they release the final clue or the final puzzle, and the first person to solve that gets the $1,000 is the way we understand it. So yeah.
And we're trying to get some additional questions answered, because there is like a pay for option for coins and this and that, and so we're going to try to get some of those things answered. But so far,
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they made it really easy. I can tell you, my son was like, the first day, he's like, this was easy. And then the second day, he's like, ooh, a little harder.
A little harder, yeah. Which is how it should be, yeah.
Harder and harder and harder. Okay, so that's Hidden Secrets app. And we may do an entire show on it just to consider different hunts. That's what AJ is all about, is getting our minds ready for a bunch of different types of hunts. $1,000 and then $100,000? Boom.
Well, when you say it doesn't work, Sassy, what exactly does that mean? Because it works for me, it works for K-Pro, but you could email their support, and I'm sure they would help you out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you can messenger them on Facebook if you're on, I think you're on Facebook, because yeah, it totally, they were able, I had an error and they were able to help me walk me through it really, really quickly. And that's why they're doing just the hunt, the $1,000 hunt. They want all the kinks worked out. I had a couple
Right.
times it seized up, it did some things, and gosh, they were so responsive. So, oh, that's interesting. You have both. I have both as well. I'm only doing it on my iPhone, which is my personal one. So I just say email them because they've been, again, super helpful.
And would we say, like Joel's talking about going boots on the ground? Would you guys say that now is the halfway point? Middle of August is like the halfway point of the search season. So June, July, August, and then we get into September. People go in October, probably, right? September, October. So are we like at the halfway point, or do you think it's more toward the end?
My opinion is more towards the end because we
Okay.
have some retired searchers, but we have a lot more family searchers, and they have
Mhm.
to get their kids back to school and
Oh,
all.
I didn't think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So I
totally a
think
consideration. Yeah.
right. I don't think it'll end until October, but I think the majority of the search season will be over in the next 2 weeks. Like, I think this will be the last major party at Toby's house, except if someone fights it. So that's me. That's my opinion.
Cool. All right. So yeah, Hidden Secrets app, treasure hunt for $1,000 going on right now. It ends on Saturday. Just go to your phone and look up Hidden Secrets app. Yeah. Okay, marathon time. Now we
Yeah.
talked about. So we're not going to do the marathon this weekend because Hidden Secrets app is at noon, and I'm definitely going to be working on it. K-Pro is going to be working on it. And
Yeah.
then 2 weeks from then is Labor Day weekend, and I actually will have my kids. So I'm thinking Saturday, September 14th. What do you think, K-Pro?
I hate
Saturday,
that.
that's what's open for me. Is it open for you? Is the question.
Hold on. We were going to do this before.
I know. Let's just do it live.
Let's do it because it's so smooth when you do it that way. August, let's say
September
September.
14th, which is in 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's in a month. It's in 4 weeks. So that would give plenty of time to set up the schedule and see who wants to come on and all that fun stuff.
Are you sure about your kids
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
on the first, second? Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's going to be the 7th, but
No. I don't have the kids. The seventh is when I have my kids. Labor Day weekend.
right. So 14. Okay.
Yeah.
So September 14th.
Yeah, let's do it. September 14th. If you would like to come on the marathon, remember we're going to do 12 hours at a minimum. So come on for an hour. We're going to hold everybody to 1 hour unless you got something super juicy, secret, whatever. Just email me or K-Pro if you'd like to come on. We'd like to see some searchers that maybe have never been on YouTube before. Come
Yes.
and if you're new to the whole thrill of the chase, just come on and ask questions. Ask questions of us. Ask questions of the chat room. If
Yeah.
you've been done your first boots on the ground, just come in and talk about it for sure.
So here's a couple panels that I thought would be interesting. If you're a new searcher and you don't think that you're ready for an entire hour on your own, we're going to do like a new searcher corner. So this is your first search season. It was interesting. You're still getting to know, and you wanted to give your perspective. We're hoping to get maybe 3 or 4 searchers, and we'll go around the horn. Ask Mike and I a question, and Joel will be there for his interrogation, and I might interrogate him back there too. I think that would be a great one. Another one, remember K-Pro's book. I don't know which book you're talking about.
You have a book? Did you write a book?
Not related to the chase.
No. And somebody pointed out that Labor Day is September 2nd. That's right. But the 7th, I have my kids. So we're going to do it when I don't have my boys, which is September 14th. So, yeah. Okay.
I would like to do a ladies panel. So, and then anybody else, usually we fill up usually pretty quick, just different ideas. We like them all.
Yeah.
So we are going to have more of a discussion on Chase-opoly. Some people are really interested in what are like the hidden little gems.
I might have the prototype. That might be a good time to show the prototype during the marathon. So if I have it by then, maybe we could do that.
Sassy's saying she wants to interrogate. Okay. She's going to be on
come
that
on
panel. And actually, I want to interrogate her because I think she might be one of the lead searchers. So,
Czar, in the Play Store or on the App Store, it's Hidden Secrets app, APP. Put in Hidden Secrets app. Here, actually, I'll look it up right now and show everybody.
And here's
they're pretty cool puzzles. They're little mini puzzles. You have to walk around or drive around to collect these pages. You put them together to do a puzzle.
You guys see that?
Yeah, that Hidden Secrets app. That's it. Nice picture. That's it when you download it. And then in the Play Store, let's see.
Uh,
Yeah, if you put in, there it is in the Play Store. Can you see that? Hidden Secrets Escape Prelude. But if you put in Hidden Secrets app, this is what comes up. But yeah, make sure it says Escape Prelude. Prelude. It's a 7-day treasure hunt. Pretty awesome that it's through the app on the phone. You have to have a lot of memory to run the app. Well, try Hearthstone, yeah, but some people have the newer phones that have the memory. Some don't, and that's okay. It's just the way it is. But they have a lot of cool video, a lot of cool graphics, right? There's a maze. You have to actually roll a ball through a maze, moving your phone, which is kind of fun. There's things like that, mini games. It's kind of cool for kids, but somebody's going to win $1,000 on Saturday. So marathon Saturday, April 14th. I don't know if we should make the start time earlier. 9 a.m. my time, which would be noon your time.
Yeah, I think that's plenty early. But the big thing is, email me with what your time zone is.
Yeah.
Anytime that you can't, because what I'll do is it's like a jigsaw puzzle to say, okay, the new people they can do here. If there's any panelists you want to be on with and maybe interrogate them, I think that would be fun. The women's panel, there's lots of different ideas. And then if you have some new idea of, is there a particular scrapbook? Is there a particular whatever that looks like?
Imagination of Innocence. How are you? Good to thanks for joining us today.
Oh, okay.
April 14th, Jonesy says. No, not April 14th. Did somebody say April 14th? September 14th. You're thinking of tax time, April 14th. The Forrest Fenn Marathon, presented by K-Pro and Cowlazars, will be Saturday, September 14th. Maybe I said April 14th. It's a month from now. Plenty of time and you better be on, Jonesy.
I would love you to be on. You know what? We can reminisce. World Series of Fenn is coming up. I want everyone.
World Series of Fenn. Let's give that date out right now.
Yeah, that's January 24th, 25th, Friday, Saturday. I can tell you it's going, not that anything can top me and Jonesy in the back, but we are going to try.
Think of something that could top it. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, guys. At Bally's Hotel Casino in Las Vegas. We'll have all details on that later on, but just, look at, some people want to get airfare and stuff.
Right.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
She says she'll even be sober for it. Nice.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure you subscribe. I was looking at analytics, and like 60% of the people who view our videos, they're not subscribed. So we might have to do a video just on how you subscribe to YouTube, how you make a YouTube channel. So yeah, thumbs the video up. And there's a certain video we want to talk about, right?
Yes, I think so. Over the last few days, I got like, can you believe this video? This is huge. Oh my gosh, what is happening? And I spent some time and I reflected on it, and I know it caught some negative, but I actually think we need to frame it in the positive. So Mike can. So I just want to say in general, every tuber is able to put out some great content. And when they put out content, or any content, doesn't have to be great in the eyes of the beholder. I know this particular lady might be getting a little bit of negative about some things. And I think it's okay that everybody is able to do what they do. So
everybody has their own opinion. That's true.
Everybody has their opinion. And so, but this is a person that I just think is, there's no words. So, do I think there's a super secret hint? I'm not sure. But did you want to just do the screenshot? We can only do a screenshot of it because we don't want to give out any more.
And of course, we're talking about Ramble and Pam, everybody. Ramble and Pam put out a video 2 days ago on August 17th. It's called Forrest Fenn Shares Stories about his bells. Now, I'm not going to play it because you've got to go view it for yourself on Ramble and Pam's channel. But yeah, so this is a pretty cool video. Check it out.
And Nelica was there, and we know and love Nelica. We met her.
Nelica was there, yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Ramble and Pam, that's how he introduced himself to us at the Jamie time. And Forrest talks all about his bells and why they're important to him and what they do. And he talks about writing your own memoir and the Library of Congress, which I think is a hint. And I think it has a lot of people really kind of stirred up a little bit of what does it all mean and what do the bells mean? And is there some sort of hint if you find the bells? But then the other is, why does Ramble and Pam get those? Why did Nelica get those interviews?
Yeah, controversy, everybody.
Let's just be supportive. This is about, and especially women need to support women. I think that doesn't happen enough in our society. And so I applaud both of those women for being fantastic. I think the video was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome.
Ramblin' Pam on YouTube. But instead of people like, why does she get to do that? Probably because she asked. You know, a lot of things
Right.
can happen if you just ask the right way. But yeah, at least somebody's interviewing Forrest and putting him on YouTube, so we can see what he wants to say about his bell that says knowledge is more important. Imagination is more important than knowledge. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was great. And they're like, stop harassing Forrest. Forrest doesn't have anybody at his house that he doesn't want. Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
he's not being
So-
harassed.
And I do have to say, Ramble and Pam, after meeting her and her husband, probably the nicest people on earth. Like, if you don't like Ramble and Pam, there's something wrong with your soul. I mean, she's just the sweetest person on earth.
Somebody
So-
asked Joel Lewicki if he has a YouTube channel. Maybe there's an idea, Joel.
Get one. Get one.
Or just come on our show whenever you want to say something.
Joel's Corner.
Hey, 3D Bronze with another super chat. Thank you for that $1.99. Huge hints at 3dbronze.com. Well, I'm going to look it up right now. 3dbronze.com.
Now, huge hints
Maybe.
from you or huge hints from Forrest?
All right. Forrest Fenn Treasure Hunt inspired bronze chest. Oh, that's right. I forgot. There are... Okay, I can show this, right? 3D Bronze. So he's going to make some commemorative chests too, I guess. So here, check it out. What?
Joel says, I did have a YouTube, but Forrest asked me to take it down because it had
Oh,
on there.
he got a
Yeah.
cease and desist from Forrest.
Oh!
All right.
Okay, that's what happened.
3dbronze.com, everybody. Check it out. Forrest Fenn Treasure Hunt inspired bronze chest prototype. So, yeah, check that out. If anybody wants to see it, if anybody's interested in getting one of those chests, there you go. 3dbronze.com. Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, and I think 3D Bronze is the one that did the, I think it was Susie Fenhaven's chest.
Oh, the necklace, the frog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was, the frog that's on the clasp. Not a
I don't think-
frog. What is the clasp?
Oh,
I thought it was a frog. 3D Bronze, I thought it was a frog that's on
Like a
the,
lion.
No, it's not a lion. I thought it was
Don't say no unless you know for sure.
Yeah, it's not a lion. I know that part. All right, there's
Done.
trivia. Maybe we should do Forrest Fenn trivia. I'll come up with the questions this time. Forrest Fenn trivia for Thursday. In honor of Forrest's birthday, maybe we'll do
God,
Forrest
no.
Fenn trivia. No?
We know what happens. We know
Well,
what
we have to come up with a different way to do it. That's all. I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe we don't do it live, but we do something. Yeah.
knock yourself out, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't have
So-
enough to do trying to take pre-orders for Chase-opoly. It's been crazy. No, it's not a cow either, AJ. Nice. Gargoyle. Oh, okay. Another super chat from 3D Bronze. Get it?
Well,
3 super chats, 3D Bronze. I get it. A gargoyle, really. Let me bring up a picture of that.
Oh, he's just taken down. See, he said no to me. I said lion. I actually said gargoyle. I don't know if you guys
I
heard
thought
that.
it was a... Yeah, I'm probably wrong, though.
In his opinion. He says in his opinion. Well, and that's where I will kind of come together for everyone that makes the videos, especially about the Forrest Fenn Hunt. I think it's important for you to know there is a famous searcher, probably the most famous on the planet. And he said something amazing last year. And it is my quote on Thor: positivity always triumphs negativity.
It's true.
That is my motto in life now. And so I want to thank everybody. We had a great show. We talked about content. We talked about this controversial video that we put, and we're getting ready to roll out a marathon. I think, I'm excited about the off season because Chase-opoly is going to be here. And I think
Can't wait to play that.
Forrest is going to start putting out maybe some more tidbits here and there. We love hearing from him. Some don't, but most of us do. And so I think he's going to maybe put out some things here and there for us. So
We'll see.
There you have it.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll do something fun on Thursday yet. I don't know what yet, but me and K-Pro, we always come up with something. If you have any questions about Chase-opoly, you can email chaseopoly@gmail.com. The marathon, if you'd like to come on, even if you've been on before, even if we had the exact same people that were on the last marathon, it's a place for people to get together and talk about Forrest Fenn all day. So come on back, come on back on. We will probably give preference for people that have not been on our show before, but positivity. Thank you, 3D Bronze. That's what it's all about. Positivity.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, people are saying no off season. It's coming, y'all, and just don't get negative. If you start to get negative, just come here and like we will shower you with happy thoughts and fairy dust, and it will all be positive. That's all.
When's
That's
the
all.
first day of the off season? October 1st, you think? I mean, there's some diehards that probably go out there, and it depends what your search state is too, right?
Yeah. So if you're like Wyoming, Montana, it might be like 6 feet under if we get an early snowstorm, or maybe 3 feet under. And I would say don't go. But New Mexico, I mean, I talked last year, or maybe it was year before last, to Illinois Ghost, and he was still going out like November, because we went out and people were saying it was snowing, or no, that wasn't with you, when I was by myself. And I'm like, there's nothing. I was videoing. I'm like, there's nothing here. There was snow up in the mountains, but I was fine. I was totally fine.
Joel Lewicki with the super chat. Now, hidden shade. What does that mean? Hidden shade.
I think that means we need to hide under the shade and hold hands, Mike. That's what I think, Joel.
Oh, I don't understand, Joel. Is that a code word? What's going on? Is that the word that is key? What's happening here? All right, but it doesn't matter because it's a super chat, so we'll say it.
Said it too, yeah. And so we love you all. So,
I still think it's a frog on that clasp on the chest, but it does look weird. So I wonder if anybody's ever asked Forrest, what is that? What is that thing on the?
Why don't you email Mike?
Yeah, maybe I will. Okay. Trivia question. All right, everybody. We will see you Thursday. Whoops. Did I just kill it? No, I didn't. All right. We'll see you Thursday. And we hope everybody does well until then.
It was fun.
All right. Okay. See you, everybody.
Good night. Bye. Good night.